Welcome to Waco! While in Waco, my mom and I stayed in this super cute little cottage that we found on Airbnb. It was located in the Beverly Hills neighborhood of Waco, which was just about 5 to 10 minutes away from the Magnolia Silos and pretty much everything else that we wanted to do. I do apologize, for some reason this footage is fuzzy, but I loved how cute this place was, so I still wanted to show it off. We didn't really cook in here, but this kitchen was so cute. We definitely took advantage of this living room, relaxing after long days on our feet, and this bedroom is the one that my mom stayed in, which was perfect because it gave her the privacy that she wanted, and I got to stay in this adorable little two-bed little place, and the bed in here was so comfortable. This bathroom was amazing to get ready in, and the shower was awesome. What we loved most, though, about this place was just how cute and cozy it was. And we also had these cats that kept hanging out on the porch and running around the neighborhood, which was really fun to watch while we were relaxing in the house. Sorry for the quick interruption. It is about 10 o'clock at night, and I am editing the video currently that you are watching right now. And I just realized as I'm editing this that I did a terrible job at explaining what this trip is even about. So, real quick, I just wanted to pop on and record this and just let you guys know that this is a little mother-daughter trip that my mom, Jeanette, and I decided to take. And the reason that I did this trip with my mom instead of Brandon, like most of our videos are, is, gosh, I'm gonna get emotional. My mom is like such an important person in my life, and she never does anything for herself. She's been there for me through so much, and I just wanted to pay her back for some of the things that she's done. You know, when I moved down here to Colorado and decided to go to school, even though I paid for college myself, my mom is the one that paid my rent while I was living here through college, and I couldn't have done it without her. And that was already huge enough as it was. But then in 2016, I was in a pretty bad rock climbing accident, and my mom was there for me. You know, she stayed in the hospital with me. She helped me pay my bills, which were huge. And she's done so much. And she even helped pay for my wedding, which was so not necessary. And I just feel like she never does anything for herself. And now that I can afford it, I wanted to pay her back. And she's just someone that's always talked about traveling, but will never really travel on her own. I just know her. So this trip is for my mom. I hope that you guys enjoy watching it. We are in this video exploring Waco, Texas, which is a place that my mom has always wanted to go ever since the show Fixer Upper came out. And in this video, we're going to be exploring an Amish community, checking out the Dr. Pepper Museum, and going to some antique stores, and even checking out the Magnolia Silos, because of course you have to do that when you're in Waco. So I hope that you guys enjoy, and shout out to my mom, who hates having her photo even taken at all, and she was on camera and did such a good job. So I love you, Mom. This video is for you. Where are we going this morning, Mama?
Heritage Village. We are heading to Heritage Village. It's an Amish community that's having a sorghum festival today.
What's a sorghum festival?
It's like a sugar cane. They start it from scratch, and you can buy syrup when you're done and sample it while you're there.
Yum!
Let's go.
this little homestead community. It's a little Amish community, and
This is the grist mill.
we're getting ready to go into the grist mill. But it's funny, if you Google this place, if you Google what to do in Waco, this does not show up. And my mom only heard about it from a coworker of hers saying that it was one of their favorite things to do. So this is like an 18-acre place, tons of stuff, craft villages, cafes, different places to go, things to do. We are going to explore it today and check it out. I don't know. We'll see what we can find. What do you think's happening, Mom?
They're starting to do the harvesting. Where they're harvested the sorghum, but they're going to run it through their grinder thing.
So we're going to have to check that out next.
Yep. Thanks, sweetie, for bringing to this. This is fabulous. I think this is a highlight of our trip.
This is right up my mom and I's alley. We both love this kind of stuff. I went to art school. I took weaving lessons. I've been crocheting since I was 8. So leaving that little weaving area was so awesome. And we are approaching horse-drawn carriages over here.
No, this is where they're.
I don't even know. They're making the
sorghum. They're pressing the sorghum to get the juices out of it to make the syrup.
Oh my God, but they're doing it with horses. This is so cool. This is awesome. Okay, we've got to show you.
They skim off, and if you don't, it turns to a really foamy, dark syrup.
Oh, I caught those great.
Thank you.
That was so good.
So good?
It's so good.
I love it.
That is so sweet. Oh my gosh, that is good.
Taste of sorghum. Sorghum syrup.
That is good. If you've never had fresh syrup before, give it a try. Holy cow, that's good. Oh my God, the woodworking. Okay, so I'm inside the red barn here at the community. Oh my gosh, my hair. I love woodworking, and this is so cool. All of these would have been hand-cut beams put together. Oh. This is just, I mean, there's not a whole lot in here. This is just an empty room. But you can also tell back here, there's a projector, so they must have movie nights in here. Oh, I love woodworking though. This is beautiful and it smells good in here. There's so much to do here. It's so unique. But I have to tell you guys, I'm not a fan of this Texas heat and this friggin' humidity. I don't know how people live here. I like Colorado and its dry state. I'm from Wyoming.
Yep.
Born and raised in Wyoming, moved to Colorado. Those are both very dry states. This humidity.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Doing a number on this old woman.
I cannot. We're both a little bit struggling today. We got lots of water. We froze some water bottles last night as well, so hopefully we'll be all right.
Keep
but
hydrated.
We'll keep nice and hydrated. But dang, it is hot out here.
See that steeple? You see
Yeah,
the steeple off
I
in the-
do.
That's cool.
There's just so much to see here. It is so unique.
Let's cut across. Dad was a blacksmith, so I know what all these tools are. So it would have been your grandpa, and he was a self-taught blacksmith and machinist. So I worked in a shop like this a lot when I was a kid.
You know all about all the tools.
I do. I know all about these tools and what they do and how you work them.
Making the back more like a spring. So I'm going to use this block of steel to do that. What I'm doing right now is just trying to get that blade tang junction right there pretty hot because I want that to be more spring tempered. That's the weakest part of the knife. And then I'll temper the edge.
That was so cool seeing my mom's reaction to the blacksmith shop. My grandpa was a blacksmith. I never met him, so I don't know that world. But there is a pottery shop around here, and I am a potter. So I'm excited to find that. We're trying to find that next. I don't know exactly where it is, but stay tuned for the pottery shop. We just left the pottery studio here that they have at Heritage Village. And to be honest, I'm kind of a little bit shocked. I did find the kilns back here, and I'm pretty confident that they're doing gas firings, which is pretty cool. And I know that they had some raku pottery inside as well, but I'm pretty sure that it's gas because of the pipes leading up here. However, I was kind of shocked on the inside. They're using electric wheels, which I would have considered, or I would have figured that an Amish community would have been using some kick wheels. So if you know anything about pottery, just kind of shocked me. They were pretty modernized in there, which, I mean, keep up with the times, but also for an Amish community, I would have expected to come back and see some more historical pottery techniques being used. I'm curious to know if that's like a common thing or for Amish communities, or if it's just this community in particular. But this is such a cool area, and I highly suggest checking this area out. If you ever come down to Waco, Texas, check out this little Amish community, the Heritage Village. Today's a really cool day to be here because they have the sorghum festival and they're making all the syrups, and that's really cool. But I would also recommend coming here on a day where there's not a festival, because I think it might be more of a true experience of what it actually is like to be in this village, where today they're putting on a big show for everybody. But cool either way. I don't know what's down here. Other than maybe some cheese. Ooh, it's cool looking. What do you think, Mama?
Yeah,
I feel like we're ready to go into like an Italian wine storage or something.
This is where they're aging the cheese.
Oh yeah, look at that. Look at all that cheese in there.
Yeah.
Mmm, it smells good down here. We're inside of a cheese cave
Yes.
with a bunch of aged cheese behind
It's
us.
aging as we speak.
What do you think of the smell?
Yeasty.
Yeah,
Has a yeast smell.
I think I kind of like the smell though.
Mm.
That is so cool.
Yeah. Aging cheese. I wonder how old some of it is.
We are inside of the greenhouse here at the Heritage Community. I forgot the name of it. The Heritage Craft Village. Oh, this is such a unique thing. So they are, behind me, they're recycling all of this water to feed all the plants and everything that are growing in here. That's cucumbers growing over there. I don't even know what all this stuff is. These look like maybe some peppers. I don't know. This is such a cool building. But oh my goodness. How in the world do people live and be in this space? It is so hot. I cannot handle this Texas heat. There they are. Again, here's this guy filtrating the water through to feed all these. Oh, it's just too cool here. We've got the whole greenhouse to ourselves in comparison to other areas of this community that are packed with people right now. So it's cool to be able to walk through here on our own. Oh boy, but it's hot in there. Whoo-hoo. Hot, hot, hot. You're a big quilter. The quilt barn here at the Homestead Village is a really cool place to go. They teach classes here as well. They also teach pottery classes, woodworking classes, blacksmith classes. They've got quite a few classes here. So if you live locally and are interested in learning how to do all this, this could be a really cool community to come to check it out and learn a little bit of the techniques that they've been doing for all these years.
A little fruit snack for the ride. Some apples and strawberries and some raspberries.
Some raspberries. We're getting ready to leave here. It is very hot and I'm pretty sure that we've explored the whole area now. We've been here for
Hours.
4.5-ish hours. So if you plan to come to the Heritage Homestead, whatever the heck this
Village.
village is,
Homestead Heritage Village. Plan on spending a good portion of your day.
especially if you come on a day where there's festival.
Yep. There's a fall festival in November that they say there's like 10,000 people a day that come through. They're saying that the sorghum festival is about 2,000 people a day. But it seemed like they were all there at once.
Yeah. And we are ready to cool off. And one of the things that we want to do here in Waco, or I really truly want to do, is go to the Dr. Pepper Museum. So we're going to go to the Dr. Pepper Museum now. It closes at 5:30. It's about 2:30 right now, so I think that that's a perfect amount of time to go explore. So
if not, we'll go again tomorrow.
So on the way to the Dr. Pepper Museum, here we go. I'm here! I'm at the Dr. Pepper Museum. Oh, this has been a dream of mine to come here for years. I'm so excited. I'm sure that I'm like the only weirdo that would want to come to this museum, but I'm so excited. Let's go in. Dr. Pepper is not only my favorite soda personally, but it is the oldest soda to still be made today. It is not the oldest soda, but it is the oldest to still be manufactured today. It was originally invented in 1885 by a pharmacist and sold in the Old Corner drugstore in Waco, Texas. The unique part about Dr. Pepper is that nobody really knows why they decided to call it Dr. Pepper. It wasn't ordered by the doctor, so that's unusual to call it that. It also doesn't taste spicy, so nobody's really sure why it's called a pepper either. Anyways, one of the coolest things for me in regards to seeing everything in the Dr. Pepper Museum was the fact that Dr. Pepper items are very rare. Unlike Pepsi or Coca-Cola, those are very well marketed sodas and they definitely put their brand on just about anything. Dr. Pepper, on the other hand, was very subtle about what they advertised on, and a lot of their advertisements were on paper. So it is very rare to find Dr. Pepper items when you go antique shopping anymore. So it was a lot of fun for me to check out the museum. Drink Dr. Pepper, friends. It's good for life. We're at the Dr. Pepper Museum. For anybody that actually knows me and is not just watching this video, you know how obsessed with Dr. Pepper I am. And I am just like, this is like my happy place. Like, I can't stop smiling. I collect vintage Dr. Pepper items. And I don't even know how I started collecting them. I just somehow started collecting them and now people gift things to me. But Dr. Pepper, considering it is the oldest it is the oldest soda that is still made in today's day and age. It is very rare to be able to find things that are Dr. Pepper related. So I'm just like in heaven being able to find stuff today. And like this Dr. Pepper truck. Oh, I just cannot look at how cute this is. Like, it's like a Dr. Pepper trailer. Look at the tire, it even says Dr. Pepper. Oh my God, I'm in heaven, 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 heaven. This is my heaven. Oh, I love this mural. It's so cute. This is the original Dr. Pepper sign from the original spot that the Dr. Pepper was made here, and they moved it to this location after the museum opened. It's so cool here. Oh, you guys, seriously, I'm in my happy place. I cannot. You're on the video, Mom. What do you think of the Dr. Pepper float?
So good. I floated in Waco.
Yeah. we're at a castle. Specifically, we're at a castle that Chip and Joanna renovated, and there are now tours available. We are not going to do the tour because it is $50 a person, and I am not that rich. But we're going to walk around the outside, but this and just show you around what we can see. But this castle is going to be a part of one of the videos that they make, or the renovations that they do, and it's airing this October, I've heard. I'm sure that Chip and Joanna will do a much better job explaining the history and the importance of the Cottonland Castle in their episode, but I wanted to quickly describe just a little bit about this castle. It originally broke ground way back when in 1890 by a contractor named John Tennant, but this castle took about 50 years to make due to financial difficulty on John Tennant's side and just multiple different things happening. This castle, unfortunately, took several years to complete, but once it was finished, the first female pharmacist of Waco lived there with her husband. They lived there for a number of years, but unfortunately, when she passed, her husband decided to move out, and the castle actually became public use and was used by a church for a number of years. Upon that, it eventually went back on the market and was for sale, and through a number of different owners, different renovations had happened. It also sat empty for a number of years. And eventually, the city and a lot of different people just thought that it was just too much work to do. That is when Chip and Joanna decided to buy the castle in 2019 and renovate it completely, finishing it this year in the summer of 2022. So it's definitely a castle worth checking out when you are in Waco. A couple of other little Chip and Joanna spots that we also checked out were the Harp Design Co. featuring Clint Harp's work. Of course, this was a must stop in Waco. I wish that I had bigger luggage. I would have bought a bunch of stuff in here. We also stopped and drove by quickly the Shotgun House, which is now an Airbnb, so you can also stay there if you're in Waco. Following driving by all those things, we decided to go to George's for dinner because we hadn't eaten anything all day.
Okay, this is for chicken fried steak. The menu said they have won a top award 15 years in a row for the best in Waco. Gotta try it out. Onion rings over here is also one of the best in Waco. Gotta try that out.
Mom got the chicken fried steak. I got a brisket taco, and it is so so good. George's is the place to be. This is delicious. We're doing a little tour of the silos this morning. $25 a person. Not too bad. You get a lot of cool photo spots.
A lot of good information.
And you get here before they open, so it's nice because it's not so crowded.
Yep.
But
it's already getting hot.
But it is really cool here. I would definitely recommend doing this tour just so that you get all the photo spots and everything yourself, and you get to come up to this little rooftop, which is locked, so you can only get up here if you're on a tour, I believe, or work here. But very cool. exploring inside of the Magnolia home area. This used to be a CrossFit gym that they bought and converted a couple of years ago into this little home decor store. So adorable in here. Up at the Magnolia Silos, and that was so cool. But literally right across the street is the Jimmy Dunn's Iron Designs little studio. This is just like a little storefront for him, but he was inside and we met him. Oh, that was cool. He's such a nice guy. He shook our hands. And now we're gonna go check out some antique stores. Located just down the street from the Silos and Jimmy Don's shop is the Findery. This store is one of the most recommended antique shops in Waco to go to. It was definitely more of a furniture store than anything else, but it was a really cute little stop. They also have this really adorable bar in the back of the Findery, which is super cute. I loved this little seating area in the corner. But even more importantly, I loved the City with the Soul mural that was on the back of the Findery. My mom and I spent the rest of the afternoon checking out a couple of different antique stores on the hunt for some vintage Dr. Pepper items. We are at the Cedar Chest antique store, and I am on the search for Dr. Pepper items. I have been finding some bottles, but they all seem to be like Baylor related. And I get that there's a lot of history in that, but that's not really quite what I'm looking for. I'm also finding some Cowboys bottles, things like that. But I'm on the search for signs and, wall art kind of stuff, and maybe some coolers, things like that. I'm not as interested in the glassware, but we are gonna keep our eyes peeled, see what we can find. Too bad it's not Dr. Pepper. But my mom is my best friend. Dr. Pepper. Mom, actually, fun. just hit the jackpot. Dr. Pepper. Those are all vintage Dr. Pepper posters up there. There's also a really cool Dr. Pepper sign in the cabinet in there. I might just have to ask them to let me see some of this stuff. This is too exciting for somebody that collects this stuff. This is awesome to be finding stuff. This is so rare to find anything in Colorado that is Dr. Pepper, unless it's a bottle, but you find bottles all the time. So, this is cool. Attached to the Cedar Chest antique store here is a restaurant called Boxes. So we're getting a little bit of lunch. I'm still thinking about that clock. I'm not sure if I want it yet. I'm trying to do some research before I buy it, maybe. But in the meantime, it's sandwich time.
BLT for me.
And a chicken bacon ranch for me.
Yum.
Okay, so we're leaving the Cedar Chest antique store, and we are about to head to ABC Antiques, which is an antique store that my mom has purchased stuff for me before.
But ordered it. She always had to ship it.
Ordered it online and shipped it, but she's going to meet with us, so I'm really excited for that. I did decide to skip out on the clock because looking at the back of it, it says made in China, but I got a couple of other things, so
stay tuned.
Checking out ABC Antiques in Robinson, Texas was definitely one of my mom and I's favorite things that we did in the Waco area. This shop is so cute, definitely much smaller than the previous antique store that we were at, but very special. Karen, the owner, is amazing and opened up the shop for us, specifically for us, as it was actually closed that day. But my mom had previously purchased things from her and had a good relationship with us, so she decided to open up the shop, and I did purchase one item from here, although if my pockets were deeper, I think I would have walked away with many more items than I did. I absolutely love stopping in here, and Karen was so amazing. She even had recommendations of things to do in the Waco area, so if you're an antique lover, I recommend stopping in here at the beginning of your trip so that you have all the great advice of things to do in Waco. My absolute favorite sign in here was definitely this drink a bite to eat at 10, 2, and 4, and if it wasn't so large or so expensive, it definitely would have come home with me. Alright, we're here. It is the last day that we are going to be in Waco. We're actually only here for a couple hours this morning before we need to head back to Dallas and catch our flight. But I am checking out murals all over the place, and we just ran by, we're on Austin Avenue, and this was from the Chalk Festival that they had. There's so many cute little things. They are fading, but I mean, they've held up pretty good considering it says that it was back in May, and right now it's September. I almost thought it was August. But these are so cute. They've held up so well. mother-daughter trip. She doesn't like being on video. Too bad.
It's what it is.
What do you think, Mama?
Oh, so sorry.
Mom.
Oh. I'm just running into you, that's all. Too much to see.
I didn't think about it before I started eating it, but I got myself a Dr. Pepper float at the Dr. Pepper Museum, and I just had to start eating it. Don't worry, everybody. I'm not going to leave you high and dry and forget to tell you what Dr. Pepper items I bought. So, here we go. At the first big store that we went to, that big Cedar Chest antique mall, I ended up finding these cute little Dr. Pepper bottles. They are just so adorable, and they fit in the luggage, and they were under the fluid restriction that can fit in a carry-on, so I had to have them. Second thing that I bought at the Cedar Chest is a bottle opener. I just had to have it because it's so cute, and it's made in the USA. It was made in 1956, so definitely pretty old, but I just needed it. It's too cute not to have, and everybody needs a bottle opener, right? Lastly, I ended up finding something that was in the museum, so to see it in an antique store and something that I could purchase and have for myself, it was just, I think it was meant to be. So at ABC Antiques, I ended up buying this little Dr. Pepper truck. It's got the steering wheel in here, which I think is so dang cute. I love it. It just is like so adorable. It's got all the parts. It is a piggy bank, and it has the original little piece that comes out here. Oops. And all the pieces are with it, so it was definitely a must-have for me, especially being that it was made in 1926. So it is nearly 100 years old, made in the USA, and I just had to have it. It also came with the original box, so definitely a good find for me. Anyways, I just wanted to let you all know what I ended up finding and say thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it so much. If you guys could leave a like, a comment, a subscribe, whatever you want to do, it would mean so much to me, and it's totally free for you to do.